Hello, hello! I got a quick Dead Space guide today, and that is going to be on ammo drops. If it's your first time playing through Dead Space, or maybe you play the game very casually, it may seem like all the items you get from boxes and lockers and just lying around is completely random. But is it? The answer is, well, sort of. Item pickups come in two different kinds: fixed and random. The names are pretty straightforward. Fixed items are ones that always remain in the same place no matter what, like these line racks on Chapter 2, these 10,000 credits in the vacuum, or this small air can in these lockers in Chapter 3. There's fixed items everywhere, and they'll always be in the same place every playthrough. Random item pickups are items that are chosen from a loot pool at random. So you can open up a locker and get one thing, reload your game, and get something completely different. Now this is where things can get cool. While it may be random what items are pulled, there is a preference, and it's a preference that we can manipulate to try to get the best ammo pickups we want. This only controls ammo pickups. When it comes to health packs, stasis packs, and credits, I don't think there's any way we can manipulate that besides just reloading your game. Now the first preference with ammo drops is one that most people know, even newer players, but I still think it's worth mentioning in case you might not know, or it could even be your first playthrough. Ammo drops will highly prioritize weapons you currently have. So if you have a plasma cutter and a pulse rifle, almost all of your ammo drops are going to be plasma clips and pulse rounds. This is why it's not uncommon for people to buy and only use a couple of guns, because the more guns you have, the more diluted the loot pool becomes. So instead of having a lot of ammo for 2 guns, you'll end up having just a little bit of ammo for 4 guns, which in most cases is not ideal. Secondly, ammo drops have a slightly higher preference for whatever gun you acquired last. I think the reason for this is because when you get a new gun, you have 0 ammo for it. So the game tries to balance that by skewering the ammo drops slightly more in that gun's favor. It's not a massive difference, but you can still use that to your advantage, however, and make your favorite gun, or the least ammo efficient gun, the last one you acquired, so you can get slightly more ammo drops for it. Thirdly, and this is one that doesn't get talked about very much, ammo for other weapons will only drop if you have the gun in your inventory or you can buy ammo for it. In Chapter 1, you acquire the plasma cutter. Outside of the fixed drops, the only ammo you'll ever find is plasma cutter ammo. In Chapter 2, you'll find the pulse round schematic. Once you use it at the store, it will update the shop list. Once the shop list is updated, the loot pool is updated as well. You'll now have a small chance to find pulse rounds in random item drops. But if you skip using the store and don't update it, all random item drops will still be plasma clips. You can skip ammo schematics to keep them from updating the shop list, which keeps the loot pool less diluted. There's one issue with this though. If you miss a schematic, after 1 or 2 chapters, the shop will add it automatically to the shop list. This is to help the player avoid missing something and not being able to get it again. The only way around this is to avoid using the shop altogether and updating the list. This also means that there is no storage available if you do this, because you'd have to update the shop to get there. So just to make sure I'm not confusing anyone, let's look at one last example. Say you make it all the way to Chapter 6 with just the plasma cutter and didn't use the store one time. Every random ammo drop until this point will have only ever been plasma clips, and it'll continue to be that way as long as you don't use the shop. However, the moment you use the shop, update the list, and every ammo type has been added to the shop regardless of you grabbing the schematic, the loot pool has now been permanently diluted with every kind of ammo drop. The preference, it will still be for plasma cutter ammo since it's the gun that you're holding, but you'll almost immediately notice that you'll be finding ammo for other guns that you don't have. I think that's going to do it for this video, a bit of a shorter one, but I just wanted to go over some of the interesting things about ammo drops and how you can use that to your advantage for different kinds of runs. Anyway, I hope you learned something cool, and I will see you next time.